Hi, and welcome to Cajun Toy Review. Today we're going to be looking at Mcfarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, Batman Earth-1, and Superman. This is, I think, the first two-pack I review for that. Looking forward to that Green Lantern and Batman and one coming out as well. But these two figures actually have in different forms. I have the original Superman and the previous Batman Earth-1, so I haven't reviewed them yet, but they will be part of this review for comparison. Pretty boring package, which pretty much most of the DC Multiverse is. I'm not sorry. And basically looking at it, got a nice open shot on the product, which is nice. You see that we do come with a nice stand, little display piece for the figures, which is cool. The individual stands we see behind there, and of course the profile, the trading cards, or whatever you want to do with those things. And that's not much else. No different hands, no different heads, nothing like that. No accessories. Not surprised. But anyway, let's keep going. On the side, we got the Batman vs Superman logo. This is I don't know. It's nice for the store when they're trying to stock these, but nobody cares. Nobody wants that. This side is even boring, more boring. Not much going on there. Again, not even a picture or nothing. Top a little crushed, very boring. And turning it around. Oh, look at this! We got a shot, an action shot. So no read up, nothing like that. That's of course a part of the cards. But we do see some of the other figures that have come out. Batman Red Sun, the Batman Earth-2, the Badass Damian Robin, and which one is that? Oh, I can't even see that. The Flashpoint Batman. Man, I need some glasses. I have more glasses. But that's not much else to say about this. So let's go ahead and break these guys open and check it out. Alright, so looking at our figures, our Batman Earth-1 and our Superman, I was going to put these guys on the turntable and try to spin it around, but with the base piece and stuff like that, it's actually pretty light. The figures are, especially the Batman, it's really heavy. It doesn't work too well. And I want to kind of display it exactly like it's pictured in the product shots if you try to buy this online or whatnot, to make sure that it's an accurate representation of what we're getting, and there's no smoke and mirrors. And well, first thing when I look at this, I was trying to figure out how you pose Superman on there, because there is a peg piece on this piece right here where you would put like this Batman's foot, even though you don't need to, because basically the hole or the crack in the earth or whatever, the shard, wherever the piece is basically just designed just for his foot, basically just to kind of like port into it. So, but the Superman, I'm looking at this pillar over here, and there is really there's no pegs on it, there's nothing like that. So I went and I looked at the pictures of the product shots to try to figure out, like, how is this posed, how is Superman on there? Because one of the things about this that kind of caught my attention, being that I already owned both of these figures, was this kind of a cool little display piece. So, you know, you have this little piece where you can put a character a little bit higher up, maybe displayed kind of coming in like the Superman looks like on the product shots. But actuality, no, you just, bumping on the camera, you just kind of like wedge the cape and his ass in between the rock. So not as cool as I thought. Let me get a little bit more of his ass on there, a little bit less of the cape. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Marketing. So that was kind of a little disappointment. But the figures, they're cool. They look really neat. Like I said, I do have these before, and we'll look at the other ones, stuff like that, if you might have them, if it's worth an upgrade and stuff like that. Now, this isn't a brand new set, so there's also a chance you probably already have it. So, but either way, let's keep going. So, if you were unfamiliar with who this Batman Earth-1 is, where he looks very strange, if you're not familiar with him, you'd be like, wait, that's Batman? Yes, in the Dark Metal universe, there's several different interpretations of Batman, including the Batman Who Laughs. It's probably the most famous one. But this is also another one. This, I would say, maybe it's the second most famous. But this is basically a Batman who now calls himself Devastator. And in this storyline on Earth-1, yeah, so Batman basically in the fight with Doomsday, kind of think Batman versus Superman kind of fight. In that fight, Batman is actually infected with the Doomsday virus, and so he basically slowly turned into a Batman version of Doomsday. Now, being that he has the strength of Doomsday and the mindset of Batman, this is an extremely deadly, dangerous, badass foe. And thus, so he quickly kills the Superman on Earth-1. And like when I say he kills him, he beats his ass, because this Batman Doomsday Devastator combo is very lethal. Like I said, with the mindset and of Batman and the strength of Superman, but also with new tricks up his sleeves, including the ability to make spikes protrude out of his body, including around him in the environment as well. But he also has the ability to radiate kryptonite like a radiation around him, and eventually like a radioactive kryptonic breath. So yeah, he is basically death for Superman, and does so kills the Superman in that universe. If you are unfamiliar with the character Superman, then you probably shouldn't be watching this. Okay, so we're looking at our new Superman figure, and I say new lightly because this is basically just a new head swap. A new head on a previously existent Superman figure that we had already gotten, minus the additional hands. So, man, like, I just don't understand why we can't get 2 additional hands with this figure and stuff like that. Especially if we have a figure that's kind of in a battle pose, give me 2 fists. I get an open beer can holding whatever fist, which I don't know what Superman's going to be holding on to. And then we get a 1-fisted hand. The original came with the 2 open hands and the 2-fisted hands, so I don't understand. I don't know. It's just really, really frustrating as someone who really wants to be a content producer, also a collector. It's a balancing act and stuff like that, man. Do I really want to double dip on some of these sets when it's really minuscule of what we get and stuff like that? It's annoying. So anyway, sorry for I get off on soapbox. Looking at this figure, like I said, with the previous, you can see clearly that these are 2 additional figures. Really nothing even changed with the paint on it. Same everything, same cape, same everything except for the head. And the new head does look really, really awesome. I think that pissed off, angry Superman face looks dope as hell. I do like how he got this kind of shading on his face where it's almost like it looks like he has a 5 o'clock shadow. But it makes the eyes and his teeth and stuff and everything in their face really kind of pop out and stuff like that. I like it a lot. And but like I said, it's just, man, it's the exact same figure. So I don't know. I mean, there is nothing new, no new cape, no new print on there, no new paint. At least give us like a battle damage or something like that. You know, Superman. We know what happens to the Superman. You know, in the comics, he gets destroyed by this Batman. So a little battle damage would have been really cool or something on this figure, but I don't know. It is what it is. So moving on. Okay, and as for his articulation and his posing, so our Superman really can't look up at all. Yeah, pop your head right off trying to do that. Look down a little bit, but this, yeah, I'm so angry because I can't move my head. So you get rotation on it, and like the new paint, man, it doesn't even look like they matched the skin tone on this. A little bit lighter, not much. So yeah, you get some head rotation, but that neck looks ridiculous on that, like that. A little bit of some pivot on there, a little bit. Arm rotation, he does have a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows. Got wrist rotation with that ugly ball. It doesn't look as bad on here as it did like on Dr. Fate because it's a different color. Superman got an ab crunch about that far back, about that far forward, and we got a nice rocker. Got waist rotation. What? Someone tell me my ass is so big. Anyway, Superman can pretty much do a split almost. There is no thigh cut on him. Kick about that high. Double jointed knees. Kick all the way up. There is no boot or cut or anything like that. We do have that ball on the ankle and that rocker. And he has peg holes on the bottom of his feet. And there's a toe flex on there. He stands up pretty well on his own. Just wish he could look up a little better. So let's take a look at our Batman. Alright, looking at our Batman Earth-1. And if you don't have this figure already, this figure is almost worth the packaging alone. This is a huge piece of plastic. It's solid. It looks really awesome. This Doomsday version of Batman is just a nice sculpted piece of plastic. But if you already own the previous one, there's not much new here. So we'll look at both of them side by side in a second, but let's take a look at the paint and some of the stuff on this guy, kind of little cool little details on him. So one of the first things that stands out really to me is how I love his face. The face on this guy is fantastic. The new eyes on this one is a little bit painted better. There's a little bit more glow around the eyes itself, which looks really cool, but yeah, you kind of see the bat ears on there. He does have a hinge on his jaw, so that's really cool. You can get some, I wish they would paint the inside of his mouth though, but that looks really, really neat on there. But there's so much detail on this guy with like the shredded uniform or shredded outfit and stuff like that kind of hanging down. Got all these spikes and stuff like that. You can kind of see where it kind of comes around. But really, really, really cool detail on him, and it kind of comes through on his arms on each side. You got the torn pants all the way in the back, kind of hangs down like that. But just spikes kind of coming all over this guy on the shoulders. Got him kind of coming out of his forearms, and of course on his fist. And yeah, really, really nice, solid, impressive figure. And he's huge. Like this is, when you pick it up, this is where all your weight is in this figure right here in this package. So, and he's got huge feet. Stands on his own. You can pretty much get him some pretty cool poses to an extent. So, looking at him, like I said, with the comparison with the older one, and here we go. So, the older one is actually darker in quite a few places. Look at that, in the head region, around the neck. The spikes are actually darker on it in a lot of places. His feet and everything are much grayer. So yeah, this one is much more shadowed, which I kind of like in some ways. So the main biggest thing that really stands out to me with these is the new thing is with these glow around the eyes. It looks really awesome. Looks like he's kind of full of power, just like erupting out of his eyes. But I kind of like the darker spikes. So you guys put in the comments which one you think's painted better and stuff like that. But like I said, if you already own this figure previously, is it worth upgrading for this 2-pack? I personally, in my humble opinion, no, it's not. Unless you desperately wanted that Superman and this slight repaint, no. Now, if you came with additional hands or something else, stuff like that made him stand out, that would have been a whole nother topic. But he does not. It's the exact same figure, just with a repaint, and it's a mild repaint at that. So, anyway, looking at his articulation on him, he can look up a little bit down. I mean, because his head is basically on his neck is basically sticking straight out, there's not going to be much range on there. I mean, get down a little bit, but he's not going to be looking straight up or anything with his head positioned the way it is. Can kind of move side to side, so you kind of, like I said, there's a hinge on his mouth. But yeah, if you wanted to tilt his head upside down, you really wanted to, you could do that as well. Forearm rotation, there is a rotation at the elbow, and it's a single joint at the elbow, but this thing has like little to no movement on it because of the way it is sculpted. Yeah. So I'll just break that right off trying to move that. Also a flex on his wrist. And that is not moving. And it kind of does have that butterfly joint in the arm. Let me see for this one. Always worried I'll break this arm right off of this guy. So that's rotation on there. Alright, so this one, I'm going to put some heat on this one, but you basically, yeah, you got a little bit of movement in the wrist. There you go. So I'm going to heat the other arm up, but you can see a little bit movement in the elbows and the arms. He's stiff like a rock. As for ab crunch, it's got a little bit back, forward, a little less. It's on the waist. You can do a waist rotation on him, which you pretty much need to if you want to pose him on that little stand it comes with. There is no thigh cut. He can kick. You can step on a puppy. Got a single jointed knee. And there is a jointed ankle, and then he has the toe flex. Some big old toes. And there's peg holes on the bottom of his feet. His feet are huge, like I said, but it's a solid figure. He'll pretty much stand up very easily. Kind of pick him up, put him back down. He's going to stand just because of how big his feet are. And that's it. That is our Batman Earth-1. And let's take a look at the last thing that comes with it. So last thing is this stand, this Rocky Battle piece that they come with, and it's really light. It does have one peg hole right here where you can basically put somebody standing. We got Superman back out. So yeah, it's just standard peg hole. Wow, that didn't work. So yeah, you can kind of stand one figure on there if you need it. I mean, I guess this is alright for some displays and stuff you want to use. Like I said, if you do want to put the Superman like you do see in these pictures, you really got to position his cape in between this rock, which is kind of lame, in my opinion. So, my opinion on this, if you, like I said, if you already have these figures, if you already own this Batman Earth-1, if you already own the previous Superman and stuff like that, is this set worth it? Absolutely not. No. You know, like, at least with the Green Lantern and the Batman, we're getting a brand new Green Lantern figure. These are two previously released figures with a minor paint job and a new head swap and this. So, I don't know. I shit on McFarlane a bit, a lot of times, stuff like that, and I still buy it. And it kind of sucks because as a content creator plus a collector, it's like a balancing act and stuff like that. Do I really want to double dip on something that's so minuscule on additional stuff? And, you know, do I really want two Earth-1 Batmans? No, I don't.
And if you like this video, please leave a like. Check out our other content. Consider subscribing. If you already are a subscriber and everything, appreciate you. Thank you for all y'all do. I love the comments and the feedback and everything like that with you guys. You guys make it all worthwhile. Appreciate you. You can check us out. We have a link to our Facebook in the description. Also on TikTok, just search for Cajun Toy Review. Kind of doing like toy hunts and stuff like that so far. Really figuring out how to utilize that platform. But looking forward to interacting with you guys on there. If you want to support the channel, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Cajun Toy Review, and on there, any money that goes towards the camera that might get put. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself.